Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to review a new eyeshadow palette that I recently ordered from a company called Ace Beaute. I think that's how you say it instead of Ace Beauty, because there's a T-E, an accent. This is their Quintessential palette, and I think it's their first palette. I actually saw this in my Instagram feed on the Trend Mood account. God, I love Trend Mood. Love you. Always includes every swatch, every product launch, everything. So it's really hard to not buy things after going through Trend Mood's account. So I'm sure that's why all the companies love her. So this is the Quintessential palette, 16 shades. I thought it would be fun to feature a company we just don't hear a lot about. It reminds me a little bit of some of the Juvia's Place palettes, and I'm excited to try it because I have not tried it. These are both shimmer and mattes, and they're cruelty-free, so I'm excited, and I love diving into indie brands, and just, you know, sometimes it's fun to go to venture away from the usual. I feel like there is not enough attention from the bigger YouTubers on the indie brands. So it's definitely not a palette for everyone. I understand that, because there are some very vivid, bright shades in here. I also feel like there are some really good neutrals in here. Neroli is just a matte black. The patchouli, nutmeg, cinnamon. It's funny, I'm baking a cake. Those are all really pretty. So maybe they are on the warm side. We'll see. I know it's hard to find something not on the warm side these days. I apologize. Part of me didn't want to get it because of that, but a number of you still wanted to see this. So here, let's do the top row. I'll give you a close-up actually. How about that? So you can take a look-see, behold the way these look. Jasmine, beautiful. Clove is this sort of peach. Amber is disco gold. And then patchouli is the perfect transition shade. I'll just do the old swatcheroo. That's very pretty. Reminds me of the e.l.f. the desert, the aqua shadows, that one palette. That's really pretty. That gold amber is beyond. Next row down is Bergamo. Starry Nights, which is a sort of periwinkle gray. Cinnamon, very matte, and rose is amazing. That's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Third row, nutmeg, rosewood. That one's maybe not as intense as I would have thought. Manuka, berry. I think rosewood was maybe the only sort of shade from that. Tangerine, nice. Mandarin, whoa. Juniper, whoa. And neroli. So intense. I may be stating an obvious. Wow, look at that. That is crazy. That looks just like a box of Crayola crayons right there. So these are the shadow swatches, and I am impressed. I really am impressed. Like I said, I might be stating the obvious here, but I believe this is phenomenal for women. I have foundation. I have all the basics on, basically. I have my foundation, powder, concealer. I have some of this Catrice eyeshadow base on, and I've got my eyebrows filled in. But that's about it so far. So let's go in with one of those very kind of neutrally. We're going to do patchouli all over the lid. I can't talk. Ready for the zoom in. Now I'm going to go in with Nutmeg because I'm going to just build up a background of neutrals, if that makes sense, and just fill in right here. Hopefully I will do something different for you guys and it won't look like the last 12 makeup looks I've done. Those are nice. These are blending as good as any other shades I have owned that are good, that I like. So I'm going to go in with that same brush and I'm gonna go in with Clove, and that was that really peachy one. And I'm going to keep it low and outside. That is pretty. That is pretty, pretty, pretty. Now for, I think, Manuka. That to me looked like a very winey plum I hate saying frosted, metallic shade. So I'm going to go in with that down here. Just, uh-oh, a little bit of fallout. Ooh, I didn't tap out my brush. I feel fallout can happen with any eyeshadow. I always tap out my brush, so, you know, if that's one of your litmus tests to how good eyeshadow is, okay. For me, I'm always tapping out my brush. So it could be Natasha Denona, it could be e.l.f., and I tap off the excess. Just here with my mouth gaping open. Gonna just whisk that little bit. Don't you get too comfortable. Okay. I think this is not too terribly, we'll see. This is too much like what I've already done. I am going to go into Rose, which is a vibrant metallic pink. This is what I'm going to do. I am going to only go at the very top of this lightly, and basically make that seam as like you sew, just right there, kind of pop it out. And then I'm going to take that, remember that really pretty clove I described was, I lost my brush. Okay, fine. Oh, there you are. Clove, I am going to take further in, just where my socket is. Right there. And so I did make it a little more orangey, but then I'm going to check these colors out with some setting spray. I've been using my Cover FX for everything. So I'm spraying my brush. It's a little bit of a flatter brush, and I'm going to put it in that Jasmine, that very first shade I swatched on top. And I am going to really it didn't change it as much getting my brush wet. I'm surprised. I really thought that would, really make it more metallic, but it does intensify it. But I'm not seeing it. It's not liquefying it or anything like that, but it's pretty. How's it look with my finger? Oh yeah, wow. I think it's an even better job when you apply it with your finger. Whoa. Whoa, can you see the difference? Woo-wee. That's pretty. That's what I like. Strawberry champagne on ice. Sorry. Oh, that was more than you bargained for, I know. Okay, I'm going to take an edge brush, a short stubby brush, and I'm gonna put it in cinnamon. Oh yeah. I am going to take a very short, fine brush into Neroli, which is black, and I am going to take just a little bit right along the upper lash line. You just sort of push it into the lash base. Let me put on mascara and something on my lips. I haven't figured out what, and then I'll be right back. Okay folks, I am back and I finished my look off with mascara, you know, just mascara and lips basically, and I will say that I am very pleased with these shadows. It is a more dramatic palette. It is not for everyone. It's not going to be like, oh, this is my basic everyday palette. That's okay though. I think it's wonderful. Congratulations, Ace Beauty, on this beautiful palette. I think it's fun to try things that are different. I will say that this compares to any of the more popular brands out there as far as palettes go. I think it retails for $35 if I remember correctly, and I think this is fun. I do. I think it's amazing, and I know I might be in a rut with these kind of rosy, bronzy eyeshadow looks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The tides will turn soon, I'm sure. And then you'll just be getting taupes and grays from me, and you'll be tired of that. I'm just kidding. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the look I came up with, and I will leave links below so you can check out products for yourself. And please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye.